Right. And this is Ken Kraetzer talking business in New York City at the All About Email Live breakfast sponsored by EMC. And I had the chance to talk with Jeanne Jennings. I'm sorry. Now you got me. And this is Ken Kraetzer at the All About Email Marketing breakfast in New York City sponsored by EMC. Have a chance to talk with Jeanne Jennings of Alchemy Worx, which is actually a British-based company. And Jeanne, tell us a little bit about your background. You started in email marketing and the internet back in the late 1980s, you said.
Yes, back in 1989, I took my first job with CompuServe, which at the time was the largest online service in the world. And it was a great experience. I was on the business-to-business side, so we were dealing with Marriott, was actually one of our customers, and we were building private networks for large associations and large companies to talk to their remote offices, or in the case of Marriott, their hotels. So it was really an exciting time to be in online. Nobody really knew what I did. My friends from college all thought I sold computers, because I would explain that you use the phone and you connect it to the internet, and they would be like, huh? But it was really great, and I just kind of launched from there. In the mid-'90s, when the World Wide Web came about, all of a sudden there were publishers who had content that they wanted to get online, and I knew how to do that. So at that point, I jumped into the publishing world and spent a bunch of years in the publishing world. My last job there was with Reed Business Information US, which at the time was the largest B2B marketer in the country and a publisher in the country. And I was head of email product development for them. So it was really a wonderful experience, really kind of cut my teeth and came up through the trenches.
Well, Jeanne, you've seen a lot of change in how businesses are able to use email marketing. And today, there's a lot of competition for attention on the part of consumers and business executives. What are some of the keys? I know you've covered a number of them today in good email marketing for businesses.
Wow. I mean, I think the key is to really be strategic about it. I always tell my clients it's not really about the send. People get so focused, oh my gosh, we have a deadline, we have to get it out. It's not really about that. It's about the content of the email. It's about understanding your audience, and it's about using email in a strategic way to move them along, whatever you want them to do, to move them toward whatever that action is. So that's a mix of strategy. It's a mix of creative and laying out the email so people know what they want to do. And it's also very key on the data. And that's one of the things I love about being part of Alchemy Worx, because we are a full-service agency. We only do email marketing. We do everything from strategy through creative, through production, through deployment. And then we're really data-focused, which is how I was when I had my own agency for 12 years before I came here. So basically, we use the data to inform the decisions that we make. Our strategy team is really great on figuring out, what you need and how to phrase it. We've got an awesome, I almost said kick something. We have an awesome creative team that makes it happen. And that's really what businesses need. It is so easy to do email marketing poorly, and then it won't work. And it really doesn't take that much more effort to do email marketing in a really great way that's going to get your business goals met and delight your audience and get your emails open. And that's really what we focus on at Alchemy Worx, is doing great email marketing for our clients. And by great, I mean not as only does it look good, but it's effective. Because in my mind, what really matters is the bottom line.
And you talked a little bit about working with social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, as part of campaigns, but you said kind of not to rely on it, that it's got to really support email marketing itself. How do you work effectively with social media for a business?
Social media is a great opportunity. And it's funny, because I remember when it all sort of started to bubble up, I would be on these discussions. I would be on one side of the stage, and there'd be someone on the other side of the stage, and the other person would say, well, email's dead, it's all about social now. And I'd have to defend email, which if you think about it is sort of funny, because email still has the highest ROI of any direct marketing channel out there, social or offline or anything, according to the Direct Marketing Association. So the key with social is I'm not against social. I actually like it very much. It's sort of the fun, shiny new toy. There's not a lot of ROI there yet. We don't know how to monetize it. We totally know how to monetize email. So when I work with social, rather than using the email to send people to social, which is what a lot of people do, I want to use it the other way. I want to use social as a low commitment way for people to get to know my client's company. And then once they're at the point where they're comfortable with my client's company, I want to use social as a way to get them to sign up for email. Because once they sign up for email, we can start having more detailed discussions. We can start having more one-to-one communications. We can really start making something happen. So from my mind, social is a great way to grow your email list. It's a great way to let people get to know you. But unless you turn it into a relationship with more commitment, like email, it's really not going to get you where you need to go, in my experience.
One of the themes of the breakfast this morning was the need to have a series of communications with prospects and customers too, leading to the day when you are able to generate a new sale. You described it as a drip campaign. Maybe you could just explain what are some of the ways that it's really important to stay in touch with a series of communications with prospects.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, the key to any relationship is ongoing, relevant communication. And, there's a lot of dating analogies with email, and I kind of like using them. I mean, if you're going on dates with someone and he's just talking at you, and he's not asking you questions, and he's not listening to what you say, and he just wants to talk at you, that relationship is probably not going to last very long. And so with email, what you want to do is you want to send out communications that are relevant, that interest and engage the people receiving them, and then you want to give them a way, to communicate back to you. And it's really a two-way street, and that's what you can do with ongoing emails. And, sometimes if you send one email, people will buy, but if you start sending emails over a period and they're relevant and they're good content and they grow, and a lot of that is editorial content that someone can get value without buying, that's going to build a relationship with your company. And really, for most companies, especially in the B2B space, but also B2C, relationships are what drives sales. And email is wonderful at building relationships.
And Jeanne, how can those interested in finding out more about your company reach Alchemy Worx?
We would love you to learn more about us. We actually have a fabulous blog and email newsletter. So if you go to Alchemy Worx, it's AlchemyWorx.com. You can sign up for the email newsletter, and you can see the blog that has past articles. Alchemy Worx is also on Twitter. If you follow at Alchemy Worx, again, AlchemyWorx, you can follow what they tweet. I also tweet. So my Twitter handle is at JEAJEN. So you can follow me. And then, the website for Alchemy Worx is there. You can learn a little bit more about what we do. We are, as you mentioned, headquartered in London, but our U.S. office is in Atlanta, and I'm actually based here in the U.S. And always happy to speak to people that are looking to do better email marketing and see if I can help them do it. So feel free to, reach out to me on Twitter. Feel free to go to the website. We have a contact form. If you just want to talk about, you just want better email marketing, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to you about how we can help you with that.
Okay, Jeanne Jennings of Alchemy Worx, great to talk business, and gave a great presentation today. This is Ken Kraetzer at the All About Email Live Breakfast in New York City, sponsored by EMC Talking Business.